In this video, you are going to learn how to find percent decrease using proportion. Already, we are familiar with the proportion formula, part over whole equals to percent over 100. Using this problem on the screen, what is the percent change in the price of a gallon gas to the nearest whole percent? Is it an increase or a decrease? So basically in this problem, what you're asked to find is the percent. So here, always write down your information. Write down what you are given and use that to find what you don't know or what the question is asking. So here, as we said before, it is asking us to find the percent change, which is the percent. So we don't know the percent, so we are going to use a letter or a variable to represent what we don't know. We're going to call that P, since percent begin with the letter P. The whole. Looking at the picture to the right of our screen, it gives us two quantities. One of the quantity is the original and one is the new. So the original quantity says it is $3.499 for the price per gallon of gas. It later changed to 3.079 per gallon. So if you look at both of them, you realize that there has been a decrease in the price. Looking at the new price comparing to the original price, there has been a decrease. So in identifying the whole is always what it was, the quantity, what it was before it changed. So it was 3.499. 3.499. This is the original. This is what it was before it changed. And the part now, the part would be the difference between the two quantities, the difference between the original and the new price. So it would be 3.499 minus 3.079. When we subtract these two amount, we are going to get 0.42. So the part here is 0.42, which is 42 cents. So there has been a decrease of 42 cents. But what is this 42 cents as percent as it relates to the original value? So now that we have written down our information here, what we know, we are going to substitute this value back into our proportion. So our part is 0.42 over our whole, which is 3.499 equals to P over 100. Okay, now that we have our proportion, we are going to go ahead and solve by cross multiplying. So we're going to multiply P times 3.44, which is 499 P equals to 42 cents times 100 is 42. Now we have an equation we are going to solve. To solve this equation, we are going to isolate the variable, isolate P. Isolate means to get P by itself. To do that, we need to get rid of the number in front of P, which is the variable. So we are going to divide, or you can say use inverse operation. Inverse operation is basically doing the opposite of what is happening to the variable. The number in front of the variable is multiplying the variable. So to get rid of that number, we divide, which is the opposite of multiplication. So we're going to divide 3.499 by 3.499. If I divide the left-hand side of the equal sign by that number, I will have to do the same to the right-hand side of the equal sign. So basically, I'm dividing both sides by 3.499. 3.499 into itself goes one time. 3.499 into 3.499 is 1. 1 times P is 1P, or you can say P. When you divide 42 by 3.499, you are going to get 12. Let me erase this. Erase this and write it properly. You are going to get 12.003. But if you go back to our original problem, it says our answer should be to the nearest whole percent, meaning that we don't need a decimal. What we need in our answer is a whole number. So we need to turn this into a whole number by rounding it off. So to round this number off, we identify the digit we are rounding to, which is the 2 here, because this is our first whole number digit, our first whole digit, which is in the ones place. You look to the right of that digit. If that digit to the right of that digit is 5 or more, then you will go up. But in this case, it is 4 or less. So we're going to let this number rest. To let it rest, we are just going to keep the 12. All right. So our answer rounded to the nearest whole percent is 12. So the decrease in the prices for per gallon of gas is 12% decrease. The 42 cents represent a 12% decrease. And that is how you use proportion to find or calculate percent decrease.